which means that you as the host do not physically have to be there to check your guest in, okay? Well, hello beautiful people, it's your girl Shy-Bivia and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, thanks for stopping by and hitting that play button, but don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way, whenever I post a new video, you will be the first to know. Oh, and don't forget to smash that notification bell as well, okay? So that you will not miss a video, all right? Now, today, I'm gonna jump right into it of some of the must-haves, okay, for your Airbnb. And believe it or not, over 95% of US travelers claim that amenities affect their travel experience, okay? If you are planning on starting a short-term rental business or an Airbnb business, you may want to consider some of these amenities, okay? Don't mind me, I'm gonna be looking down every now and then just in case I forget something, okay? I'm taking it straight out of my book, The B&B Boss Basics, What They Don't Tell You About Starting a Short-Term Rental Business, okay? If you haven't gotten your copy, don't forget to grab your copy as well, all right? First things first, you wanna have reliable Wi-Fi, right? You 100% wanna have reliable Wi-Fi. Keep in mind that you will have people who are traveling for work and they may need to be working, right? And living in this day and age, almost every person relies on Wi-Fi. So you wanna definitely make sure that you have reliable Wi-Fi service, not just any Wi-Fi service, right? You don't want something that's gonna go in and out, right? Because that can be very disruptive and guests may leave you a bad review just because of the Wi-Fi service, okay? Another thing that you wanna consider is 24-hour check-in, okay? Which means that you as the host do not physically have to be there to check your guest in, okay? Now there's different ways to do this. You can use a coded lock, right? One of those keypad locks. There are some apartment complexes that may not allow this. If not, then you can do something where you use like a lockbox, or you have those services where you can actually have the lockbox at like a lockbox service, sometimes at like a 7-Eleven. It's a little bit inconvenient. Your guests may have to go all the way there, right? Just to get the key and to be able to get access to the apartment versus just driving straight there. That's not my favorite way. I've never personally done it that way. I 100% prefer the keyless entry, okay? You don't want to have to meet your guest, right? It's very inconvenient, especially if you're traveling, right? You don't want to have to figure out, okay, how are you going to get somebody else to meet your guests if they're coming at 2 a.m. in the morning, at midnight? It's very inconvenient. So having a keyless entry is key, okay? Now, another thing that you want to consider with having is streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, okay? You hardly have to really do cable because nobody really watches cable these days. But as long as you have like Netflix and stuff like that, that will definitely work. But just make sure that you're having your guests check in or your guests sign into their own account and not into your account, okay? Because you don't want your guests to be purchasing movies on your account, right? But having like those streaming services are definitely a must. People may be traveling with children as well and may want to have them entertained, okay? You can use the Amazon Fire Stick or Roku. I will have some links below, right? Where you can go ahead and purchase some of these things that I mentioned. It will be at no additional cost to you, but since I'll be using an Amazon affiliate link, Amazon gives me a little bit of something, okay? So go ahead and use my links below, okay? You can also consider doing family-friendly games like Uno and stuff like that, right? To keep people entertained, right? Like I said, people may be traveling with children or just, may want something to do while they're there. Another thing is consider electrical adapters, right? Sometimes people are traveling from like Europe and, they may have forgotten their adapter. So that's like a nice touch, right? To have in your listing. And trust me, guests will leave you great reviews just for these little touches, all right? It's always nice to also have a welcome basket, right? A complimentary welcome basket. So like wine, chocolate. For us, we like to do wine and chocolate and stuff like that. You can have like little snacks, water, a water bottle, stuff like that. Just something that says welcome, you know, no strings attached and nothing like that. Guests love that, okay? It just adds that personal touch, okay? And guests will literally leave you a great review because of that, okay? Another thing that you may want to consider is having, so these appliances, okay? Now, if you haven't gotten my book as yet, definitely go get my book. I may not be able to go through all of them. I have over like a dozen of appliances, okay? So I may not be able to go through this right in this video. If you get a copy of my book, you will see everything. I have a whole list of over 24 things that you must have in your listing, okay? So again, if you have not gotten my book as yet, go ahead and get your copy, okay? Like, what are you waiting for? All right. But you definitely want to have certain kitchen appliance, right? You definitely want to have like cooking utensils, like little things like that. I know it may sound trivial and stuff, but these little things make a big difference. So you want like a pot for like maybe cooking rice or boiling eggs or making oatmeal, and like a skillet, you know, so people can like make their eggs or whatever it is that they make in the morning for breakfast. You definitely want utensils so that people can eat, right? You want glasses and cups and mugs and stuff like that. Those little things, right? It makes a big difference. Remember that you're trying to create a homey feel, okay? People are supposed to feel like they are home away from home. So adding these touches, it's, you know, definitely a must, especially having a blender. Some people may say, oh, a blender is doing the most, but I've had a guest one time in one of our listings, we actually did not have a blender and somebody requested it. And we've also had people who have asked before they stayed, hey, do you have a blender? I just want to know, just in case I have to bring my own. So it's nice to have a blender in your listing because sometimes people want to, you know, make a quick smoothie on the go, right? So that's a great touch. Another thing you want to consider is maybe like a crock pot, you know, just for easy meals. An air fryer if you can. You don't have to go all out and do that. But definitely like a coffee maker, okay? America apparently runs on coffee. I personally, I'm not a coffee drinker, but you know, the majority of people are coffee drinkers. So you want to accommodate your guest, right? It's not about you, right? Now, I'm not a coffee drinker, but just because I'm not a coffee drinker doesn't mean that I shouldn't have a coffee maker in my B&B, right? I have to think about what would create a great experience for my guests, right? That's how I have to think, and that's how you have to think as well. So definitely kitchen appliances, you know, just think of that, cutting boards, toasters, all of that good stuff. You definitely want to have toiletries, like little toothpaste, little lotions, body wash, stuff like that, right? Have it nicely in your bathroom. 100% suggest that. Cotton balls, Q-tips, stuff like that. A small bottle of lotion. You can get some of these sets at like the dollar store, honestly, or you can just go to Amazon. Again, I'll have links below that you can go ahead and purchase these things for your rental, okay? Definitely want high quality bedding, right? So if you want to do a duvet, pillows, high quality pillows, a mattress, preferably like a memory foam mattress. I'll link the one that I have used, which it makes a big difference, okay? You don't want a hard mattress where guests are gonna feel uncomfortable. You wanna have some cleaning supplies as well, right? So just in case guests makes a mess, if they're traveling with children, they can clean up real quickly. It's good to have like an iron board, right? Think about your travelers, your corporate travelers as well. So even if it's a mini iron board, right? You can get mini iron boards. It doesn't have to be anything bulky, but an iron board and an iron is definitely a must. So those are some of the things that you should 100% consider for your short-term rental business, okay? It makes a big difference. Again, if you get my book has dozens, okay? Dozens of items that you should consider for your short-term rental business that will have your guests giving you 5-star reviews, and that will help you to also become a super host, okay? Like myself, all right? So if you like this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well. That way, whenever I post a new video, you will be the first to know. Again, it's your girl, Shy-Bivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's continue to grow those businesses together, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
you.